Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy Franklin here. I actually wasn't able to post on this channel for about 2 weeks because I got community strike, but let's save it for another video. But here to talk about how Pokemon Go is still relevant. It's still going strong in 2024. It's been unbelievable. I remember the first time I jumped into this game was its actual release date. It was actually 8 years ago. July 6th was the official date that this app got launched, and ever since then, Pokemon hasn't really been the same. And I will say this, and I've always said this in previous live streams and videos, that without Pokemon Go, I don't think my interest in Pokemon would ever be there. As a matter of fact, I don't think this channel would have existed because without Pokemon Go, I would never have jumped back into the mainline Pokemon series games, and I think my life would have been altered quite a bit. But how is Pokemon Go still this good? Like, how is it still thriving? I mean, its fan base doesn't disappear. It's still there. Now, of course, over time, people have got jobs, they got kids now, and it's still like crazy events going on out there. We survived the pandemic. There's been a lot of political stuff and social economical stuff going on, but this game is still going strong. And I think there's three reasons why this game is still like goated to this day. And we're gonna go over them very quickly. But don't forget to like and subscribe. That is the best way to support me for free. And check out my other videos on this channel. First, I think I can agree, and a lot of people will agree that the biggest factors looking back in Pokemon Go's changes was the introduction of remote raids. I'm kind of glad Niantic realized that, hey, people cannot go outside during the pandemic, and they introduced this basically game changing item that allows you to join raids without being in the vicinity. And another factor that they added on later on with remote raids was the introduction of inviting people when you're in the vicinity. Like, you can use remote raids and invite other people as long as you're, I think there's a certain location distance you need to be with that to invite people. But these two factors really changed the way Pokemon Go was made. Now people have the ability to interact with others. They can remote raid from their own houses, especially during the pandemic when obviously we weren't physically able to go outside. And to this day, people still use remote raid passes to essentially catch all the legendary Pokemon. Just shiny hunting, getting candies, XL candies, items, boosting their levels, XP, Stardust, I mean, everything. This single item basically changed Pokemon starting from 2020 when the pandemic was becoming a thing. Another factor, similar to remote raiding, was Discord. I think Discord has a pretty heavy influence when it comes to Pokemon Go. I'm dedicated myself into joining about 3, 4 Pokemon Go raid discords, just basically looking out for hundos, looking out for people that are inviting others to joining raids. Sometimes I don't have the ability to go outside and play Pokemon every day. I'm a pretty busy guy, and sometimes once in a while I can just hop on a Discord and be like, I wonder who's accepting invites for maybe a Necrozma raid. I do want to get a shiny Necrozma or a shiny Rayquaza. In the event that those kind of events happen, I just pop into the Discord and be like, I'm signing up, and then they send me the friend code that will allow me to accept the friend request, and then that friend that I added can instantly invite me to a raid anywhere they please. And I think Discord has been a very big influence with a lot of other games as well, not just Pokemon Go. I mean, Discord was essentially, it's kind of like the best friend when it comes to the video gaming industry. The ability to not just to talk to people, but just to, expand the influence of video game creators and other platforms. Discord definitely had a really huge influence on a game like Pokemon Go. And I think without Discord, I don't expect Pokemon Go to be as strong interactive wise. I still think Pokemon Go would be okay, but without Discord, I think the community and the communication and interactive aspect of the game would definitely not be as great because there's technically no in-game chat in Pokemon Go, which I think that's like my biggest caveat when it comes to this game. If there was in-game chat, especially when you have lucky friends, I think that'd be amazing. I think that's kind of like the final upgrade they need to do for this game. But I mean, 8 years still going strong. Not really complaining. And of course, one of the biggest things, the elephant in the room, especially for Niantic, who are the creators of Pokemon Go, is spoofing. Now, spoofing is a very, very controversial topic in Pokemon Go. I know a lot of people who spoof. I know who does it. I know that technically it doesn't affect other people. I mean, let's say you're just filling up raids with 20 people. Maybe that's a negative effect, but at the same time, I don't really see, from my perspective, spoofing being a bad thing. Niantic, however, and Pokemon themselves do think it's a bad thing because you're basically breaking terms of service of the game. Because spoofing is technically not allowed. If you do get caught spoofing when they're doing updates or when they're doing ban waves, I mean, you get like 3 strikes. I think it's like a 7-day shadow ban and then a month shadow ban, and then the third strike is a permanent ban. Do I think spoofing has a great influence in Pokemon? Yes. If you do not want to do the pay to win route, which Pokemon has been going to that route quite recently, I mean, spoofing is your best bet. Now, there are a lot of applications that do it for free. There's ways to do it. You might have to pay a service for it, but spoofing does benefit people who live in rural communities. And what I mean by that is players that don't live around Pokestops, that don't live in places where there aren't a lot of gyms or not a lot of raid opportunities. I think their spoofing I consider to be a very ideal asset for those who don't have access to, let's say, a place like New York City or Santa Monica Pier or downtown Los Angeles, San Diego, and all the very urban, heavy, explorative cities. So I think these 3 reasons are the why Pokemon Go has been going very strong. I will say with remote raids, the only thing I hate about remote raids is that they definitely increased the price. Because I remember remote raids now are like 525, and before then they only cost like about 300 Pokecoins. So if you want to buy remote raids constantly, that's a pay to win kind of aspect. Now you get free raid passes per day, but you have to be in the local raids in order to get those. I do think, like I mentioned, Pokemon Go has been becoming more split in regards to community, in regards to people want to play this game for free and not spend a single penny, which you technically can. But if you want to get the best and rare Pokemon boosted PvP, if you want to basically do a bunch of raids for item resourcing, pay to win, that's a route. And I know a lot of people do spend money, including myself. I paid a couple bucks to, get some raid passes and get some incubators to accelerate, collection of items and rare Pokemon and shiny hunting. Uh, it doesn't really affect me personally, and Pokemon Go is also great because with those 2 routes, you can choose how you want to play the game. You don't have to spend money. You don't have to raid. Some people like to shiny hunt, and that's okay. You can shiny hunt for free. If you want to shiny hatch, that's technically free too. If you want to raid with your friends who live in a very good community, like that's also for free too. And I'm glad that Pokemon Go enables people the ability to do that. But let me know what you guys think. Do you guys want to see more Pokemon Go content? I actually was playing Go Fest today just to see how the shiny rates are, and I've caught quite a bit of shinies. If you guys want to see that, let me know in the comment section down below. It's your boy Franklin, signing out. Peace.